Well, I think what's important to highlight here is that this isn't an ordinary route where the route would perform badly, for example, and then the airline would cut it. This is directly associated with the US sanctions onto Iran that have weakened all international demand, especially on a business travel side. Ultimately, businesses are either no longer able legally to do business with Iran, and therefore there isn't that need for travel, or if they can, they simply are not, given the added complications now that those US sanctions are back. So, as you said, British Airways have now followed in the footsteps of Air France and KLM, and it really is a European airline mass exodus come September.
This obviously makes it much harder for people trying to get in and out of Iran. Are we likely to see other airlines following suit, do you think?
Perhaps ultimately now, in terms of European carriers, the main European carriers that remain in Iran are the Lufthansa Group airlines, Lufthansa and Austrian. But I think in the Middle East, we'll continue to see those Gulf carriers serve Iran, and ultimately they are the easiest and fastest way there now, because there are still people going to Iran for tourism purposes other than business.
So it's essentially going to take longer to get from Europe to Iran, because you're going to have to go via other countries. What impact do you think this is going to have on Iran's economy?
Well, Iran's economy is becoming smaller as a result of those US sanctions. And it's important to remember that while an airline such as British Airways is a private UK company, they are the flag carrier for the United Kingdom. And Donald Trump, the President of the United States, did threaten that any company doing business with Iran will be barred from the US. So it's a wonder as to whether or not there is some government input here as to do the UK, the greatest ally to the US, want to be showing the US that they are still actively serving Iran, a country that the US are inputting their sanctions on so harshly. So there is a geopolitical factor here, and of course that's ultimately diminishing the Iran and the state of the Iranian economy.